Hello and welcome. I'm Bimbo Oloyede. Tonight, Nigerian military continues to record victory over Boko Haram, recapture Bara and 5 other major towns in Yobe State. NHRC frowns at the killing of policemen by political thugs. 15 lawmakers from Ebonyi House of Assembly moved to impeach Governor Martin Zelechi, accuse him of embezzlement. And German Parliament votes to extend financial aid to Greece by another 4 months.
And on Business News tonight, the Nigerian Export-Import Bank signs a $302,000 agreement to facilitate the establishment of a regional maritime company.
And on sports news, Super Eagles midfielder John Yobe faces a lengthy injury layoff and is set to miss next month's friendlies against Bolivia and Ghana.
Today we captured more towns in Yobe State, keeping it free for the residents to return to their homes. The towns that have been retaken from Boko Haram insurgents include Gulak Bara, which is the headquarters of Gulani local government area of Yobe State. The Director of Defense Information, Major General Chris Olukolade, in a statement says the success followed fierce fighting and the subsequent clearing of the towns and other communities for the return of the residents. According to him, other locations recaptured in the course of the 2 days operation include Shika, Fikayel, Teteba, Buza, Kamla and Bunsa. Major General Olukolade also says that a huge cache of arms was recovered from the terrorists, including anti-aircraft guns, grenades, multi-barrel bombs and grenade launchers. Meanwhile, the Department of State Services has asked members of the public to be vigilant, especially in crowded environments and when traveling. The DSS says the warning is born out of the desire to protect the residents of the country, since the members of the Boko Haram sect have recently resorted to taking out their anger on soft targets in Yobe, Kano, Borno and Plateau states. In a statement signed by the Deputy Director Public Relations, Marilyn Oga, the service advised commuters to use only designated motor parks whose managers should ensure proper screening of vehicles, persons and luggage as they enter their premises. The DSS is, however, appealing to members of the public with useful information about untoward activities in their localities to forward same to security agencies. The residents of Jos, the Plateau State capital, north-central Nigeria, are still counting their losses following twin explosions that rocked the city yesterday. The spokesman of the Special Task Force, Captain Iweha Ikedichi, had confirmed to Channels Television that 13 people, including a male and a female suicide bomber who carried out the attack on the 2 different locations, died in the incident. According to the Commissioner of Police in the state, 14 other people who were injured in the attack are receiving treatment in the hospital.
About 15 minutes after 6:02, another bomb blast occurred too. That one at Agwarugu Junction. People died in that place too. Invariably, we had 13 people dead and 14 injured. As soon as this bomb blast occurred, all the security agents converged to rescue those who were injured, taking them to the hospital and taking the dead to the mortuary. The security agencies, including NEMA and SEMA, and even the civilians too, helped to take the injured to the hospital and the dead to the mortuary. So far, the whole area has been cleared, and we can say that relatively the area is calm now.
Meanwhile, President Goodluck Jonathan is confident that the military will retake all territories currently occupied by the terrorist group Boko Haram. The president was speaking in Abuja with the outgoing French ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. Jacques Champagne de la Broille. Assuring the French ambassador, President Jonathan said the officers and men of the Nigerian army he met on the front lines in Borno and Adamawa states are in high spirits, well prepared and determined to successfully complete their operations against Boko Haram. The fight for supremacy and political relevance in Ekiti State is perhaps far from over, as a delegation of the All Progressive Congress submitted a petition to the National Human Rights Commission accusing the state governor, Ayo Fayose, of promoting human rights abuses. This time, it is the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Owoseni Ajayi, that is leading a delegation to the National Human Rights Commission to refute the allegations by the opposition. According to him, the allegations submitted by the opponent are baseless and are a product of desperation to smear the image of the governor.
Exactly 1 week after the National Human Rights Commission received a petition of human rights abuses by Governor Fayose of Ekiti State by some members of the All Progressives Congress APC, this delegation, led by the State Attorney General, Mr. Owoseni Ajayi, is here to respond. Mr. Ajayi described the allegations as baseless and a desperation to smear the governor for political reasons.
As the Chief Law Officer of Ekiti State, it is my duty to set the record straight and to correct any misrepresentations about the human rights situation in Ekiti State as being peddled by these opposition elements who, to all intent and purpose, are out on a smear campaign for political reasons.
He also accused the past government of Mr. Kayode Fayemi of covering justice.
You know, about 40 members of APC and principal functionaries of the last government were crudely discharged from criminal prosecution.
The Executive Secretary of the Commission, Professor Ben Angwe, promises to investigate the cases presented and bring the culprits to justice.
This commission would ensure that the allegations are investigated, and if it is proven that they are true, the commission would take appropriate steps to enforce the rights of the aggrieved persons. If the allegations prove to be untrue, the commission will also not hesitate to have punished persons that come to the commission with false allegations.
Also, the chairman of the commission, Professor Chidi Odinkalu, asked politicians to stop the killings of police officers.
PDP and APC, President Jonathan and General Buhari, they have to go public and stop the hunting season on police officers. This must stop. This month alone, we've had over 28 police officers killed.
Now that both the petitioner and the accused have visited the National Human Rights Commission to state their positions, the burden of proof now rests on the petitioner while the commission investigates for prosecution.
The former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. Joseph Daudu, has joined those supporting the decision to deploy the military to monitor the 2015 general elections. Speaking in Abuja, Nigeria's capital city, Mr. Daudu explained that the soldiers are not part of INEC's supervisory team, but are to provide security to make the environment safe for the conduct of free and fair elections.
The military are not deployed to participate in election matters. They are, however, deployed because there is a sensitive situation at stake, and they will be located in positions where they can be called at short notice to keep law and order. But I don't think you see military people at polling stations. We have been given that assurance. But military people will be available because of the threat of Boko Haram in areas where they can rapidly and swiftly deploy so as to counter insurgency and other threats of terrorism and militancy.
President Goodluck Jonathan today assured Nigerians that his administration will continue to promote peace and security in the country. The president spoke at the palace of the Asaba of Asaba, His Royal Majesty Obi Professor Chike Edozian. According to the president, his administration has done well and should be rewarded with another 4 years.
The president alighting from his presidential jet at the Asaba airport in Delta State. On hand to receive him was the governor and the political office holders. The president soon moved straight to the palace of the Asaba, the traditional ruler. When it was his turn to speak, the president told the gathering that the reason for his coming is to seek their support for a second term.
We were here to reassure you, Your Majesty, that as a party, we will do our best to make sure that we bring peace to this country, to ensure security, to bring unity to this country, to fast-track economic development. I have to especially thank you because you're my own father. We've had several private talks, and I know the suggestions, the advice and admonitions you have given to me privately. And let me reassure you that as your own son, I'll keep faith with the promises I've given to you in public and in private.
The support is coming with some condition, as the Asaba and the other traditional rulers demanded for more relevance if the president is re-elected.
We encourage our people to come out and vote for you on March 28th. And we look forward to celebrating and rejoicing with you the swearing-in ceremony on the 29th of May. 2015.
This is one of many meetings the president has held with traditional rulers across the country. The motive is to get them to support his re-election on March 28. Gimba Umar for Channels Television News.
In part 2, after the break, Ebonyi State Governor Martin Zelechi faces impeachment over alleged embezzlement. Do stay with us.